Yeah, I'm a professional musician also, and I've not been able to make my band practices, and so all my fingers are getting starting to feel like they're falling off from disuse.
Good morning, Scalmer. Looks like your mic is muted at the moment.
Potions are useful. Are they allowed here?
Yes, sir. Hmm. Trying to find the other players. Come on, man. Ah, there you are. Good morning.
You hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
I was trying to. I've never used Discord before, so I was trying to use it on my iPad, but it doesn't. It said it wasn't. I was hearing you guys, but I couldn't talk, and it also says I can't chat either for some reason.
Oh, gotcha.
It says you don't have permission to send messages in this channel.
Yeah, I believe you got to hit up Mage up at the top of the text channel there. It yeah, direct message Mage to get access. But since we'll be playing in Fantasy Grounds, you won't have to chat in here. You'll be able to chat in Fantasy Grounds anyways. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, this whole online gaming is kind of new to me.
gotcha. Well, welcome. Have you tried to connect to the Fantasy Grounds server yet?
It was actually I actually can was able to connect I think briefly the other day when you had it up. But this morning here, let me shrink Discord. Typed it in, but it didn't seem to go again.
All right.
The username on Fantasy Grounds, are we just using our names? I don't know if you had anything specific for that.
Username can be anything you want. It just helps if I know who it belongs to in case you have any issues connecting and whatnot.
I'm Jim. Okay, and you said it's Zorn.
Just Zorn Dark Idol. Yep.
Oh, I hear the siren call of coffee.
Idol, right? Idol, right?
Just Zorn Dark Idol. Yes, sir.
And what was the password? Because I don't have my
Password is Menace. Boy. Have you tried to connect yet, Jim?
Oh, it froze up on me. I'm sorry. I'm using an old Mac. It's really annoying sometimes.
Ah, gotcha.
It's funny. I left all my other. I have other laptops, and they're at my office, and I haven't been in my office in a couple days.
Gotcha.
It froze in.
Oh, boy.
Password's Menace, right?
Correct. Dum-dum, dum-dum. Still no luck? Come on, guys.
think it's working.
Yep, I see you are connecting, so that's good.
I may have to get some plug-in headphones. Then how loud we get. Or how loud my kids get.
Yep. Okay. Well, once we get you in, Jim, we'll go ahead and start. We'll just try and do it with the three of you this morning.
Yeah, what kind of characters have been picked already?
The barbarian and the rogue, it looks like.
Rogue?
Yes, sir.
I took the cleric.
Awesome.
My mic seems to go in and out. Now you said there's voice on Fantasy Grounds, or we have to stay connected to Discord?
You have to stay connected to Discord. Fantasy Grounds doesn't have voice or video. Let's see here. Let me add a few things to your character sheet real quick, Jim. Let's see here.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to go look for plug-in headphones.
Warhammer and Alright, so get rid of that one. That one. And that one.
I have earbuds. I just had to dig them out. I want corded so you guys can't hear them. Or they can hear you.
Alright.
You guys hear me now?
I can hear you.
Excellent.
Oop. Just double check one more time for any other last minute players. Alright. So we have Jim, Steve, and who are you, Mr. Widget?
JR.
JR. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Keith Hershey. We'll be playing Menace in Ravenreach today, a Frog God module. Have any of you guys played this module before?
No, sir.
No, sir. This will be my first Frog Guide experience.
Awesome. Hopefully you enjoy it. All right.
I hope so too. I can't imagine not.
Gotcha. All right. So, and then another question. Have you guys used Fantasy Grounds before? I think JR has.
I have.
And the other two, I think you guys are relatively new. Is that correct?
I'm relatively new, Keith. Yes, I have actually my old, not my old, but boot camp working on my iMac, so I have downloaded it and played around with it a little, but for all intents and purposes, let's just call me a newbie right now.
Okay. So just going forward, if you have any difficulties finding anything or understanding how to use something, just let us know. I can walk you through as we play it. It should be pretty easy once we get in here. All right, so Ravenreach takes place in the untamed lands of the north. The lands up here are dangerous and profitable, with opportunities aplenty for the intrepid adventurer. In civilized lands, pickings are few. Local lords and city magistrates levy heavy taxes and procure a percentage of the profits. Out on the frontier, however, the strong, the clever, and the determined can still gain riches and glory. Ravenreach is one small outpost amid the wild hills and deep forests beyond the borderlands. The hardy inhabitants have hacked and hammered out a town, ringed it with a palisade, and raised a small keep and garrison under the leadership of Baron Bartholomew Blackraven, the illegitimate son of a wealthy noble. Though favored by his father, Bartholomew could never inherit. With his father's patronage and royal commission, he marched into the wild seeking his fortune. There, he and his company slew the fierce dragon Merc on a high hill named Raven's Rock. The location provided fresh water and superior vantage point around the surrounding territory, which was rich in furs, timber, and precious metals. Soon, settlers made camps and homesteads grew nearby, gathering in the bounty of the land. Ravenreach was founded. Dangerous animals and monsters still range throughout the region, however. At first, Baron Blackwater and his men dealt with these threats. Before long, though, the settlements were too widespread, and the Baron was too busy administrating the growing community. Word went out, and notices were posted in the thriving lands to the south to find stalwart adventurers seeking prospects. And that's where you guys come in. Let's see here. So, as you are approaching Ravenreach, see the curtain of trees parts along the newly blazed forest path, revealing a looming craggy hill ahead in the distance. Through the slanting rain and wind, you make out the angular outline of a keep atop the hill, Castle Ravenrock. As the road winds alongside a shallow river, the wooden walls of a small town emerge, and a sturdy timbered bridge leads to the gates. Guards regard you curiously, and one says, "State your business in Ravenreach."
Well, my business is always sharp, pointy things.
Sharp, pointy things, huh? I take that to mean that you're an adventurer.
Yeah.
I wish to have a tankard of ale and find out if there's any adventuring to be.
Well, you could find some beer uh, down the path here at the old Dancing Bear. It's a little tavern here.
Who is my deity? No.
So your deity, you could pick anyone with a life domain. You can pick.
Well, I don't. Basically, don't know who to put in there, but that's what I would say. Here to bring the word of my lord and adventure.
Ah, you guys seem to be adventurers, then. All three of you. Well, welcome to Ravenreach. I believe there is a poster hanging on the wall as you enter into the Dancing Bear Tavern. Uh, Someone's looking for some help. As you look around, as you're there at the gate, you see that Ravenreach appears to be a small frontier settlement. It's got muddy streets. The buildings are rough-hewn wooden built. You see that there are 5 wooden towers and a timbered palisade keep.
Ah, so the head cheese is in there.
Oh yeah, the Baron, he resides in Ravenrock, up above.
Okay. I'll get me a quick look at this wall poster thing and on the way to getting me some beer because the road's been dusty.
Alrighty. So you head in through the gate. You see that there are just a few buildings here. It's not a very big town. You see what appears to be a brewery. There's a bar, a stable, and a blacksmith. Also, what appears to be some sort of barracks in here. You quickly find the dancing bear, and lo and behold, attached to the wall next to the entrance, you find a poster. Let's see here.
Dancing Bear right now.
You are outside of the Dancing Bear Tavern at the moment, and this is the notice that you see.
Oh, it's on the outside. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, I look at the poster too.
Okay.
Well, I hope Gloria's living. If she's dead, she's no use to anybody.
Are you guys able to see the poster? Okay.
Public notice, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, oh, so sign up and live with Gloria. That's almost a good deal.
Because Ravenreach wants you.
Well, it depends on how badly I want Ravenreach. I guess we should go look into this, guys. What do you think?
Just rip the notice off the wall or the board and take it with us.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see what the terms are of this. Don't catch me signing my life away for 4 seasons.
Well, I'm kind of interested in how good looking this Gloria is.
Who is this Gloria you speak of?
Well, as there says there right there in plain writing, can't you see? You're living with Gloria if you sign up.
Friend, I think that means glorious living.
He's living well.
Well, I should hope so, because if she's dead, she's not much of a date, right?
Let's go
Friend,
get you an ale.
Yeah, my friend, there is no Gloria.
I begin to look a little crestfallen as I go inside for an ale.
All right. So you step into the Dancing Bear Inn. As you step in, you notice that there are animal skins and horns that adorn the walls. Um, you see a muscular human male back behind the bar, and what appears to be a female human. She's running around between the tables, uh, bringing drinks from the bar over to some of the tables.
I'll find myself a pew and look at the pretty barmaid to see if we can get some drinking going on here.
All right. So she comes up to you, smiles. She goes, "Hi, welcome to the Dancing Bear Inn. Um, can I get you some ale?"
Oh, that'll do for starts, yeah.
A pint for me, please.
Ah, very well. That'll be 1 copper.
Righto. I could pony up a coin.
All right. And as you enter, you see that there are 4 humans up at the bar and kind of start looking at you, sizing you up and down. One of them, dark-haired brute with a flowing mustache. He looks over at Alas, and you hear him mutter under his breath, "They look like weak-looking adventurers." Yeah, that guy over there, he's pretty scruffy looking. Bet you Coyote could eat him.
Hey, fellas. What's that guy making googly eyes at me? Willin' for a shillin'?
Just new here.
Let's just mind our business for the time being and enjoy our ale. If that's even possible.
Read.
I'll take me a swallow.
All right, you take a swallow. It's not the best ale you've had. It almost seems like it's pretty watered down. Obviously, very cheap ale.
Yeah, I've pissed out stronger than this.
He's the guy behind the bar. Uh, he goes, not liking the ale.
Oh, this is ale? I thought this is what you used to wash the tankards out with. My mistake, your mistake.
Funny guys. What brings you to this neck of the woods?
You see my pigtails? I'm not a guy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, watch what you're saying around my lady friend here, son. I'll take a proper ale for my troubles if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry. No offense. And he hands out a couple more pints of ale. Sorry. By the way, my name's Iggy. Also, name is Barrel Buster.
Well met ya, Iggy Barrel Buster. My name's Alasalak.
Yeah, well met.
Never named my character. Guess I got to do that.
Heidi Hopsbottom here, and thank you again.
Thank you, Heidi.
So I'd take me a taste of this newer beer and see if I can detect a difference.
It doesn't appear that there's hardly any difference.
They give a meaningful glance at the beer and another meaningful glance at Iggy over there and says, third time's a charm later, okay?
Third time's the sure. Okay.
Later.
Gotcha.
What victuals are you serving here today?
I'm sorry, what diddles?
What do you have for food?
Grub.
Oh, food. Well, we've got some roasted chicken with some turnips and mashed potatoes.
And when was that prepared?
Well, we prepared it today.
I look around. Is anybody else eating?
You look around and you don't see anyone else eating. You see those four burly guys over at the bar. They're still eyeballing you guys, kind of snickering.
I think the food's off the menu, boys.
I still have 1 day of rations.
Who do we talk to around here about the post on the wall for the guardsmen?
Oh, you can speak with the captain of the guard. He usually comes by about this time, so I'm sure he'll be stopping in here shortly.
Okay, doke. So we'll just find ourselves a table and nurse ourselves with beer until the guards guy shows up.
Right on. His name is Jeremy.
Anything else going on around here, Otto or Iggy? My bad.
Well, it's not too safe out there in the wilderness. There's been some adventurers that have come and gone, going out looking for trolls um, that never came back.
Pretty lousy adventures if they're not coming back from a troll.
Have you fought a troll before?
Trolls, ogres, werebears. Yeah.
Ah, sounds like you guys might just be exactly what they're looking for. There's a mad mage that works for the Baron. He keeps asking for some adventurers to go out and capture a troll. Why would you want to capture a troll? I have no idea. Yeah, capture.
Because a troll needs capturing.
Gotcha.
And a lot of things what mages want, but then again, I don't question.
Yeah. Capturing a troll, haha. And where do we keep said troll? I wonder. Never seen me a troll cage.
You know, I have never seen a troll cage either. And you hear from over by the bar. Those guys think they can capture a troll. I bet you they get eaten by a troll.
Maybe just knock him upside the head a few times. Now, maybe subdue him a bit.
Subdue a troll, huh?
I need a mighty big cage.
Easier than
Just,
doing you over there, Chuckles.
just need a good rope and a horse, just to keel haul him a bit.
Hey, look. Look at that midget over there. I wonder if she's an adventurer.
And I turn my head slow and give the guy an evil eye just out of the side of my head as he says that.
I got this, Alice. The kind of adventuring I can dispense with would send you home crying the mama.
Oh, really? I doubt that very seriously. Ponytail wearing midgets.
Of course, your mama probably isn't much to brag about.
At least my mama wasn't a troll.
Must be coming from your daddy's side then.
My friend, which is your better ear for hearing things?
The one taller guy's all. Which is my better ear? What does that have to do with it?
Well, you see, I wouldn't want to lop off the wrong one if it's the better one.
Ah, it looks like you're the one who needs better hearing. I think you guys are lousy adventurers. Wannabe adventurers.
Heidi, you or me, or maybe Kroger.
Are you guys part of a traveling circus troupe or what?
One for me and Kroger and two for you. What do you say?
Well, one mustn't be too greedy here. Yeah, at least I can share this time.
You see the three other guys behind the leader. They start cracking their knuckles.
And I turned my head slowly to the knuckle dragger over there, and I said, "Son, now you're probably pretty new at this, and you might want to take better care of your tools than doing that to them for the future. You hear me?"
What is that supposed to mean, old man?
It means that I take care of my tools and don't abuse them before I put them to the proper use, such as, and I flick a dagger, just about between the two fingers that he was about to flex.
You flick a dagger?
Just onto the table, right between his fingers.
Alright. So, as you whip out the dagger, flip it onto the table, he's obviously caught off guard, takes a step back, and about that time, you see the other three guys. They charge forward, um, and it looks like there is a brawl imminent. So at this point, let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
See, now this is what I came here for.
So to roll initiative, on your guys' character sheet, right in the middle on the main part of your page, there's a box under where it says INIT. Just double click that, and it will roll your initiative. Okay. So let's start this off. Let's see here. Visibility. Here's the map of the Dancing Bar Inn. And with that, Heidi, Hopsbottom, you are up first. So, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to get out my rope and go for the, the rightmost guy in the back. And as I'm running at him, and then I'm going to kind of like dive and tumble and try to tie up his feet. At least put a lasso on him, kind of thing.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's roll. Oh wow. We'll roll some dice here. Go ahead and roll me a. Let's have you roll a dexterity check. So on the main part of your character sheet, or the box for your dexterity, go ahead and double click that. All right. So you take out your rope, wrapping it around um, the front guy's legs, which would be Braun. Let's see here.
I wanted to go at Ferris if I could.
At Ferris? Okay. Ferris it is. Mhm. And we'll say he is now restrained as you wrap the rope around him. Is there anything else Heidi would like to do?
You probably want to move up into his grill while you're doing that.
All right. All right. Next up, we have Lex Gredis, one of the brothers. He sees Heidi, the midget, come up and pull out her rope, tying up Ferris there. He's, oh, Missy, just, you should have just stayed home with the circus. As he reaches out and punches at you, scoring a critical hit. Ouch. And see Arn there towards the back. He moves up, and he looks like he's going to try and pummel Kroger. As he swings out and hits. Bringing us to Braun. Let's see here. Braun, he's also going to take a swing at Heidi the midget. Looks like that's going to hit. And that misses. Or, yep, it's Iggy back behind the bar. He's like, uh-oh. And you see him moves back to the corner, and you see him pulling on a rope. You hear a bell going off. And that brings us to Alas.
Alaslac will step forward here. And I'm going to reach out my tippy toe and triple Braun up onto his ass.
Nice.
That would be unarmed combat, so we'll do that. All right, you swing out and hit. I got him right, hooked him right behind the knee and just pull his feet out from under him.
All right, he slams down to the ground.
Yeah, so he's prone.
Yes, sir. Prone on ground.
And then for my next trick, I'll take the axe out and just take the blunt end and just pop him one in the noggin with it.
All right. Punk. You hear him grunt out some pain. Ferris over there, he is restrained. He is trying to wiggle himself out, and he is unable to do so. He scowls at Heidi and he tries to spit at you. Kroger, you're up. Are you there, Kroger? Hey, Jim? What would you like to do? All right, so you take out your hand axe, whip it around using the blunt end. Which one are you attacking? Arn? Okay. All right, go ahead and deal your damage. It looks like that hit. All right. That brings us around to the top of the second round of initiative. Heidi, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to make a loop and go for the guy next. I guess the only one standing that hasn't.
Lex?
That would be Lex. So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing, and then if I make a successful attack, I'm going to just yank the rope and try to tighten it up so they're both entangled.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make another, we'll have you do another dexterity check on that one. Alright, you make that loop, hanging it around him, tying him up as well.
And I'm going to start to move away.
Okay.
Dragging a couple of bodies with you.
Yeah, tightening up the slack as I go, kind of like winding up a power cord.
Nice. All right. All right. You see Lex. He's trying to get himself out. All he's doing is just making it worse on him. Arn, he goes to punch Krogar again. And miss. Braun is going to stand up, shake his head. Let's see here. And he is going to reach out and try and attack Alas. He strikes out with a haymaker blow. Alright, Alas, you're up.
Well, back at you, kiddo. honk on the head. That should hopefully just knock you out.
Nice. All right. And with that blow, it does indeed knock him out.
And I'll step right on him and get into this other guy's grill in case, or the Arn's backside there for next time.
Okay. Ferris, he tries to get out of the ropes, and he is unsuccessful. Kroger, you're up. All right, you reach out, smacking him with your hand axe again. Lets out a grunt of pain. And with that, we're back over to Heidi.
Yield, you two scoundrels, or I'll hog tie you. I wasn't the FFA champion 4 years running without a reason of hog.
And you see Lex and Ferris, they kind of stop squirming in the ropes. They're like, all right, man. Just let us out of this ropes, man.
Here's a nice old center beam in this room here. Why don't you just haul them up there and get ready to be arrested?
I think that's a good idea. Alice Alack, do you want to help me hoist them up?
No prob. So we'll just hang them up by their feet up from the beam.
All right.
Sounds like me a strength check or something.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and make an athletics check, please.
Do I need to do a dex check to throw the rope over the beam?
Whoops. Call me Mr. Butterfingers.
Uh-oh. Nah, you're able to easily get it over that, the beam. Actually, that's enough. Alice, looking at your strength, you easily hoist them up to where they're hanging from their feet.
I'm not so good at knots. Why don't you go ahead and tie them off?
Sounds like a good idea. I'm pretty good at knots, so let's leave them at pinata height. What do you say?
Yep. And I like to give their ugly noses a tickle with my fist if they get a little rambunctious.
Yeah, we still don't know how Dumb and Dumber are going to do, but when they realize what's going on with their buddies, they might have second thought.
Yep, when I'm done with that, I'll go retrieve my dagger, because that was my good one, and put it back.
All right, you go retrieve your dagger. About that time, you see a guy enter into the tavern wearing chainmail armor and a sword. Looks like he's probably one of the guards. He looks you guys all over curiously, sees the guys hanging from the rafter, and he smiles, and he looks at you guys. New in town?
Yes, sir.
Relatively new.
Well, welcome to Ravenreach. From the looks of it, uh, uh, would you guys be adventurers by chance?
Well, sure, if you say so.
Something like that. I would say that these guys were disturbing the peace here, and we convinced them to quit disturbing.
Uh, he grabs a chair and kind of sits down, kind of leans back. He's all, he goes, there's work to be had here in this town as adventurers if you're looking for work. Oh, by the way, my name's Jeremy Thorne.
You know, you're just a nice gentleman that we've been looking for.
Yes, sir, indeed. Nice to meet you, Jeremy. I'm Heidi.
And he stands up and he reaches out his hand to shake your hand, Heidi. Hi, Kroger.
I'm a Lassalac, and I hold out my big meat hands.
Alas? Wow, nice to meet you. It looks like you guys might be just what old Master Minder is looking for. He's looking for some adventurers. I believe he's looking to have some adventurers go out and capture a troll for him.
We was trying to engage in a pleasant conversation about that with these fellas here. Didn't turn out so well, though.
Yeah, these Gredis brothers, they're always challenging newcomers coming through town. Looks like you definitely showed them a thing or two.
These two over here look pretty scrawny. You think we should throw them back?
Yeah.
They ain't worth a pickle. Alright, so I'll whip out my dagger, my good one, and give Heidi's rope a little twang and let them fall back down on their noses.
All right. They both collapse into the ground with a loud impact. Oof. Kind of look at you, grimacing in pain. Well, if you guys want, I can take you up to the keep to go see Master Minder.
Well, sounds like that was our plan from the beginning, guys. Let's head on out here with the sheriff.
Agreed.
All right. So with that, Captain Jeremy Thorne leads the way from the muddy streets of the town up the steep, winding pavement to the keep. Master Minder resides in the keep, but he spends most of his time in his workroom. He leads you down a descending series of descending passageways in the dungeon underneath the keep. At last, he pauses at a guarded door. With that, he opens up the door, and inside you see a large room that is filled with curious and arcane objects. A black bird on an ornate perch squawks loudly at your entrance. Several tables are cluttered with scrolls, tomes, notebooks, and odd items. A large bookcase and scroll case sit along the walls. A gray-haired man in faded red garments is squinting over paperwork with a magnifying glass. He looks up, frowning at the disturbance. Yes? And Jeremy Thorne, he responds, the animal catchers you requested. You said you needed to capture a wild beast? Master Minder looks up, regarding you doubtfully. These are it then.
Yeah, we are it.
I think you'll be happy if we come to terms.
Can you guys hear me yet?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yay! Welcome back.
Yeah, you're back.
It's about time. Now let's capture a troll.
We haven't heard the terms from the whiz over here.
So, Master Minder, he looks at you guys, and then he gestures to a large blackened skull with fearsome pointed teeth. This is the beast you must capture. It is one of the most dangerous creatures in the region.
He don't look so dangerous. He looks like he's mounted on a plank over there.
Yes, but to see the trick is, you have to bring me one back alive.
And what's the best way to do that?
Uh, wow, you guys are the adventurers.
True, but I'm assuming you know a little bit of their ecology.
True. I've studied them a little bit.
Well, I don't know all them fancy words he's been spouting out at you, but I think it's simple enough. You just knock them about the head until they stop moving, but they still breathing, right?
Yeah, that will work.
Complicated work to me.
He goes, well, maybe there is hope for you guys. And with that, he unfurls a scroll on his table here, and he looks on the map, and he's all here, and he shows you a map of the area. And to the west, um, he points out an area where there's a troll resides. Looks like it's about a week's march from Ravenreach.
And there's just the one over there?
Ah, that's the only reports I've heard is just the one. And he goes, now, with these trolls, you do know they regenerate, right?
Yeah, so you just keep knocking them on the head until they don't move again. It's easier to do when they're already not moving.
Yeah. And you know they're pretty strong, right?
I'm pretty strong.
Okay.
They're not too smart though either. And so let's say we have this troll. We bring him to you, sullied but not dead. What do we get in return?
So, in exchange for you delivering me a live troll, I will pay you a sum of 2,000 gold pieces.
I look over at Kroger. What do you think?
Sounds fair.
What do you think, Alice? A lot?
Let's see, 2,000 split three ways, that's like 600 apiece, right?
Give or take. Might incur some expenses on the way back. Who's to say? But that's about right.
Yep, I'm for it.
like we have our terms met.
Ah, very well. All right. Well, off with you. I'll see you when you return.
We might need to grab some supplies.
And Captain Jeremy, he's all, there's a blacksmith in town. There's also a small little trade goods store down here. I could take you down there. See if we can get you some supplies.
Yeah, we'll need about 2 weeks worth of rations each, at least, and some other working tools.
Some sort of large manacles or chain to tie them up.
Yep.
I think several.
Maybe some torches. I don't think they like fire.
Yeah, it does get pretty dark at night, too.
What are you guys thinking about buying a small goat or something as a lure?
Oh, bait. Well, let's see. Thing about live bait is that they tend to be live, and that means they make noises and that attract attention, either the thing we're after or something else along the way, because it's a full 7 days to get there. Is that
Or
what
maybe capture
trolls
something
like
when
to
we get
eat?
there.
Well, maybe if we get a goat or something like that, guarantee that it's not going to be screaming at him.
Captain Justin, are there any farms or anything like that along the way?
There might be one or two here on the outskirts of town, heading in the direction that Minder was showing you on the map. There's not a whole lot out there. But we might be able to get you a goat here in town if that's what you're needing.
It might be
Yeah,
better if we maybe hunt something when we get to where we need to be.
that may be better. Yep. Me, I like to sneak up on the big things, quiet like.
I don't do anything quietly.
Well, that's the difference between you and me, chum. I have my education in killing, and sneaking up quiet like is always makes it an easier chore.
Oh, I agree. Stealth works. My armor's just a little loud.
Yeah. So let's just get some supplies for ourselves, a little more rope. We'll talk to this blacksmith about manacles or chains or whatever we need.
All right, so Captain Jeremy, he leads the way back down the path down into Ravenreach down below. He's all, well, we have a blacksmith in town, and there's also a trading post. Menace Selfridge runs Selfridge and Sons Trading Post. Between the two places, you should be able to find what you're looking for.
Okay, Heidi, I'll let you do the trading post, and I'll go talk to the smith.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, so you guys follow Captain Jeremy, and he makes his way, and he's here we are, Selfridge and Sons trading post. He steps inside. You see a male human with brown hair, brown eyes, uh, and he saw Morris. This is Heidi, Alice, Kroger. I don't know. There are a bunch of adventurers. I guess they're going to be going out uh, trying to get a troll for Mender. And he looks over inquisitively. Oh yeah, another set of adventurers, huh? Well, what can we do for you, folks?
We'll take the adventure package deal.
Oh, I wasn't aware that there was a package deal, but oh, okay, we can make one. So you'll probably need probably about 6 weeks of rations, probably about 20 torches, half a dozen bear traps, bunch of spears. Oh, winter's coming on soon. You'll probably need some winter blankets.
That's starting to sound too much. I think we just need the essentials.
Oh, okay. Well, what things are you looking to acquire?
A couple bear traps would be a good idea. Some torches.
Rations. Anybody need any wine skins? Any sacks, backpacks? What should we get us a mule? Maybe?
Ah,
Maybe a horse and cart if we can rent one, or if we need to buy it. How we're going to get the troll back is going to be an issue.
I don't rightly know of anyone who rents a horse and things, but you might be able to buy one.
As long as the cost is low.
Well, most people around here we barter for goods. So if you got a bunch of bear pelts and you know beaver pelts, stuff like that, that'll work for coin as well.
How about investing in our little expedition?
Investing?
yeah. You pony up the pony in a cart or a wagon, and we get us a troll, and you get a pony and a wagon, and lots of other valuable consideration for it.
I'll even paint your name on the wagon so everybody will know who you are.
And how do I know you guys will actually return? We've had a lot of adventurers come and go through here, going out hunting trolls.
Well, I'll leave the fancy financing to our comely friend here.
But you haven't with us yet, sir.
Yeah, but you see, I don't know your guys' skills. It's hard for me to invest in a set of adventurers when I've seen so many come and go unsuccessfully.
Well, there you go. It's about risk and reward. We're putting up all the risk. You're going to have a chance to get in on the reward. Sounds like a pretty good deal for you where I'm sitting.
And what kind of reward am I looking at getting?
You said he'd paint your name on a pretty wagon.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like too good of a deal to me. People in these parts already know who I am.
Yeah, well, we're going out some further parts, so more people will know who you are.
Oh, you mean out there into the wilds, where there ain't very many folks.
You mean they don't have roads out there where we're going?
I don't believe there's any roads out there. That's the frontier.
Well, then horse and cart ain't gonna work anyways.
No, plan A was always just a horse and a rope.
I'm trying to determine how much money we actually have. Is that somewhere on our character sheet?
Inventory.
Yes, sir. So on the right-hand side of your character sheet, there's a bunch of tabs. There's one for inventory.
Okay, it's all the way down at the bottom. I see.
You know, the wizard or the mage said he regenerates. We could always cut off his arms and legs and have a lighter load to carry back.
Yeah, I heard a legend about this little bitty worm that you can cut into two pieces and then they grow back and they make two little worms after that, right? So how small a piece of a troll can we make and still have enough to grow back the whole troll?
I don't think that works that way on trolls, but I could be wrong.
Once we hog time, we can always try and see.
Yeah, like, cut off a finger or something and that finger grows into a whole new troll. That doesn't sound like a very good thing for the world, so to speak.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Then again, it's kind of fun cutting off fingers.
You have a strange idea of fun, my friend.
Yeah, well, let me clue you in on how to play knucklebones some days with real knuckles.
Well, I think our trader proprietor's not being too adventurous today. So let's just get what we need and settle up. What do you think?
Let's just buy a horse.
Yeah, we could buy a horse or a mule to carry our things. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I could sell you old Betsy out back. She's a good mule.
Let's have a good look at old Bessie.
So he takes you around back. There's old Betsy. Looks like a sturdy old mule.
I'll give what I think is a good looking over, looking for any swaybacks or fistulous withers or old bad teeth, things like that.
Okay.
Check her hooves.
All right. Give me an animal handling check, please.
Yep, I think I know everything about this mule.
I'll give her a once over.
Alrighty.
Not
Yeah,
familiar with
you
this type of mule.
never seen me a five-legged mule before.
Oh, Betsy, she'll take good care of you.
Okay, chum. So, what's she worth?
I'll sell it to you for 10 gold.
10 gold, huh?
Yes, sir.
Done. Don't want to mess about.
Then add in all the other supplies we need.
All right. So, set a couple bear traps, uh, some rations, and some torches. Is that what I heard?
And some extra rope.
And some extra rope. Okay.
A couple wine sacks, some sacks, candle wax.
Maybe some bed rolls.
Oh no, I had one of those already.
Never mind, I have that too. I'm looking at my inventory now.
Mm, well, it looks like I could furnish you all that stuff for probably about 50 gold.
Do you happen to have any lantern oil?
Oh, we do have some oil. Yeah.
A couple of flasks of oil.
Alrighty. Let's see. Oil. Yeah, I can give you about 5 flasks of oil for another gold.
Sounds good.
So, 51, 61 sounds like so far.
Yeah, you're pretty good at math.
It's that advanced education I got.
If we make it an even 60, we can each put in 20 gold.
Ah, very well. Okay. All right, I think I have everything on there almost.
I'm going to go refill my coffee. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. You guys want to take a quick 5-10 minute break?
Sure, do that.
Sounds good.
All right. And then manacles.
I'm back.
That's what the guy said in Independence Day.
Where's everyone from?
I'm from Colorado.
Texas.
Californication.
I'm just outside Chicago.
Cool. All right, so is everyone back?
Yep.
Yup.
All right. So, I added on some bear traps, manacles, extra rope, couple sacks, rations, torches, and then you have old Betsy. Was there anything
Well,
else you needed?
he said oil flasks and candle wax.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what candle wax is for, but whatever.
Yeah, the oil flask has been added. Candle wax, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about the candle wax myself. Let's see. Candle.
A nice story saved for a later date right there. It's actually been life saving for me once.
Oh, okay.
I see cowboys use that to lube up their riatas.
You can use it to stop hemorrhaging.
Hmm. Cool.
Of course, there's the story of Odysseus and using it to stuff his ears so he doesn't crash the boat.
True. All right. So, was there any other supplies that you guys needed?
Make sure we got like saddlebags or whatever we need to carry all this junk around on old Betsy here.
Do we need some food for the mule?
I think we do.
And someone already said water, right?
Yeah.
We always got the skins, and we just find a creek somewhere along the way. We'll be good.
Yeah, I asked for backup wineskins.
All right. So it looks like for another 10 gold, He'll throw in some saddlebags and enough feed for you, for old Betsy.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other equipment that you would like?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
No, I think we got enough basic goods for a decent trip anywhere.
All right, and with that, Captain Jeremy, he bids you all good luck and hopes to see you soon.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Uh-oh.
How do I heal that 4 points of damage? Because I'm sure, we'll be traveling. It should go away.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a long rest here before we travel on.
Yeah, good point. I took some damage myself.
All right, so you guys should be all healed up from the bruises that you received. Sorry, are you back, Steve?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, cool. All right, so with that, I assume you guys are heading off on your way to the landmark that was mentioned on the map that was called Wyvern Mountain.
For glory.
So the weather, it's currently rainy, makes everything a little bit slippery as you head into the wilderness in search for your troll. See. After traveling for a couple of days, you come across a creek. It's a shallow, watery waterway that winds down from the tributaries on Wyvern Mountain down south to that feeds the fertile farmlands beyond. You see signs of some beaver, also some trout in there. Looks like the creek's only about 6 feet deep and is easily forded. And you continue your journey. And a couple days as your journey takes you, you pass to the southwest a little bit, and you enter into an area called the marshlands. As you're traveling through here, you see an occasional ghostly lights out in the distance. Um, Keep an eye out for sinkholes, which you're able to successfully manage around. At one point, as you're traveling through the marshlands, you pass by this huge, unusually huge maple tree. It looks like it's visible from miles around. Um, as you pass by. Um, and yet continuing further, you're probably about 6 days in. You see some ruins of broken white granite spire that's visible for about a mile or more. As you approach, it looks like it's some old elven architecture.
Broken elven ruins.
Yep. You're still a few days out from Wyvern Mountain at this point.
Do we want to investigate the ruins, or is that considered too much of a deviation?
Well, we're passing through, so might as well have a look at it, just at least on the outside.
All right, you guys takes a little bit of time as you approach, looking at it. Looks like it's old remnants of an ancient elven kingdom that used to be here quite some time ago. As you enter into this area, the hairs on the back of your necks begin to stand up on end. You get a sense as if you're being watched, and as if there might be some great evil that lurks here within these ruins.
I'm
I
looking for
don't-
anything that might be considered shadowy, like a crevice or place something could hide while watching us.
Yeah, I'd like to look around myself.
All right. You guys peer around, and with the many ruins and toppled trees and whatnot in this area, there's all kinds of nooks and crannies where stuff could be hiding, looking at you. As Kroger, you're peering around, you see approaching from the southwest, you see a human male with furs slowly making his way towards you guys. He waves at you as you look in his direction.
Well met.
Howdy. Boy, you guys are off the beaten path. My name's Jarl.
It seems like Kroger's are engaged with this Jarl. I'm going to just keep scanning around, like looking for ambush or anything like that. Signs of somebody trying to sneak up on us.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check. And is Jarl, you kind of scan him over. Looks like he's a traditional mountain man with light brown hair, really long hair, bushy beard. He's got a bunch of fur strapped over his back.
Looks like my kind of folks.
So what brings you all out this way?
Man's gotta eat.
There's plenty of food out here. You trappers, by the way, by chance?
Yep, of the sort.
There's some good money to be made out this way. I live out this way, and I do some trapping. Yeah, usually stock up on my furs and take them down into Ravenreach about once a year. Been out trapping some beaver around here lately. Kind of sees Heidi, scan the area. Ah, those ruins. Kind of creepy, aren't they?
Yep, but they tend to hide game in them, so we're after a slightly bigger game than beaver.
And I
There's
just
something off about these.
I just nod when he said something creepy about the room.
So you're looking for something bigger than a beaver. What might that be, bear?
Sounds about right.
You might find some out this way. Though, out here in these ruins, I wouldn't poke around too much. Some say they're haunted. I tend to believe it. At night, you see weird lights floating around, and every once in a while, you'll hear like a lady screaming from out there. I try and give it a wide berth myself.
Yeah, I tend to want to agree with that idea. Yep. Now we should probably look further into the woods for our game.
This lady screaming. What exactly do you mean by that?
It's a hideous scream, as if she's being murdered. I've kind of looked around a little bit. I can never find her. But some of the mountain men out this way think there's a lady ghost or something that was killed many hundreds of years ago when this elven settlement used to be here. Some say she threw herself from a tower or something.
Definitely
Got no interest
sounds
in
like the
ghosts.
sounds like the kind of story you tell your young children.
We heard some rumors of some trolls up in these mountains. Have you seen any?
Trolls. Ah, really? Um, I might have seen some tracks of a troll coming up that way towards Wyvern Mountain. Uh, give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, I'll leave that one to you, Kroger.
So what can you tell us about it?
Well, I have seen a troll up there in those mountains. Funny thing is, there's been a lot of adventures up this way from time to time, supposedly hunting trolls. And there's a mean one. And that troll, it it almost seems like she's banded together with other trolls in the area, and they've started to hunt people in the area. I guess they don't like being hunted themselves. But anyhow, you guys seem like good folk. You guys look like you have a sense about you, like you know what you're doing. I could lead you to a troll there.
Sounds like
That'd be
a
mighty
mighty
kind of you.
generous plan, if you.
Well, might be a good thing to get rid of this troll out here. I think the troll's been really hitting the wildlife up there on that mountain pretty hard, and well, it might just make it easier on me to trap if that troll's taken care of.
We certainly would appreciate that. Anything we can do to help you as you lead us on?
No, I'll take you there. Just be mindful. Those trolls, they're a sneaky lot at times.
Well, there's them that desperately need killing.
Yep, I would agree. Yeah,
So why don't you up stakes and hook up with us, and we'll go out and get us a troll. What say you?
all right. That sounds good. Well, shall we hit off?
After you, Macduff.
All right. So with that, he starts taking you along some old game trails and whatnot that further lead up into the Wyvern Mountain. You guys travel for a few more days and eventually make your way up Wyvern Mountain. And as you wind your way up there, he takes you to an area where there's a waterfall at the base of the Wyvern Mountain. He says, "Now this place kind of sacred to the ancient elves," and he kind of points out some rocks and whatnot that have some picturesque ruins. You see a narrow, elegant, but quite sturdy arching bridge of white stone that spans the waters immediately before the falls. He says, this troll lair's right here. So, just be careful. I know that troll. She lives in this area. I've seen her in this neck of the woods quite a bit.
Okay, guys. Let's reconnoiter and see if we can sneak up on this troll while there's still daylight. Well, what time of day is it, by the way?
It's probably about mid-afternoon at this point.
Yeah, so we got another 3-4 hours tops before it's dark, and that's not good time to be out hunting. So let's have a look around.
All right, as you guys are peering around, alas, you see over on the far side of the waterfall, you see a giant badger kind of hiding behind some bushes. As you guys appear, it kind of hides and watches you for a little bit, and then you see it kind of scampers back behind the waterfall.
Did it look like it was an intelligent badger, or was it, or just a curious animal running back to family?
Looked like it was curious.
That'd be a nice pelt.
Yeah, is our friend still with us? And we can have him, he can go get himself a nice badger fur.
Yeah. That was a. And you said it went back behind that waterfall?
Yeah, he went back that way.
Ah, okay. Well,
Is that typical for a badger to show his face and then hide under a waterfall?
seems a little odd to me. But
Daylight, they tend to just stay put in their holes and come out at night.
yeah, seems definitely interesting. That kind of a pelt would sure fetch a nice prize.
Right. So I'm gonna watch him as he saunters off. If he goes to see if he acts like a real hunter.
All right. He's all, you guys keep your eyes peeled, and with that, you see he starts hunkering down, pulls out a spear, and he starts skirting along the pool of water here as he starts kind of making his way back around to the backside of the waterfall.
How's that sense of being watched and that creepy evil feeling? How does that feel on us now?
You're not getting that same sense of feeling that you did from the Elven Wrens.
I'd like to take a look around to see if we're being watched from any other direction.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I'd like to eyeball our new friend to see if he looks like a legit hunter.
And as you're watching him, he's moving like he's definitely a hunter. Let's see here.
Okay, I'll get out my axe and just saunter on behind to make sure that he's okay and support like.
Hey, Alasalak, before you do that, I got an idea I want to run by you since is he no longer within hearing distance, or if I whisper, can he not?
The Jarl or Alas?
Jarl, I'm wanting to talk to Kroger and Alas if he can't hear us.
It looks like Jarl is outside of whisper range at this point.
You think maybe he's under some kind of geas or something, like his family may have been kidnapped or something. What I'm getting at is he may have some alternative motives. What if we say, we thank you for your help, I mean, just as a ruse, and say we're heading back into town? We're thinking about it just to try to get a reaction out of him. What do you guys think?
I think we'll just tell them that we're going to go set up camp and wait until tomorrow morning to continue our hunt.
In the back of my mind, I just feel like he was too eager to show us without getting anything in return.
I rolled a pretty good persuasion. I think he's actually just trying to help us.
That he did. Yeah. Let's just tell Jarl that we're going to set up camp just down the slope a little bit away from the thing and wait until the mornings so that, morning's a good time to hunt anyway. And then while he's out of sight, we're going to just sneak around and wait behind a tree or something and just watch.
You know, he might actually need help with that badger.
He might. I can shout out to Jarl. I think you're okay. You need any help with that?
It's a If it's as big as what you say it was, I may need help. But I'm just more concerned about that troll in the area.
Well, let's all just go with Jarl and help him out with his fur thing, and that's what he wants, and then we get what we want.
It'd be funny if the badger was the troll's pet.
It'd be funny if there was a magic troll that can becomes a badger, but we'll go with him and support.
I
Sound
keep
like
an
a plan to you guys?
Yeah, I'm going to keep an ever watchful eye, though. Something's not sitting right with me. Maybe I could be wrong, but my overly cautiousness has not hurt me in the past.
Yeah, let's all stay frosty and tactical here.
I pull out the warhammer.
All right.
I pull out my axe and I give the edge a good test to see if I can shave my forearms and things like that.
Yeah, I fashion a lasso out of my rope again. I want to double check that knot and make sure there's no kinks.
Alrighty. Anyhow, as you're watching Jarl, he kind of holds up his hand, raises his spear, and then he he launches the spear into some bushes uh, at the base of the waterfall. You hear a noise as that giant hedgehog rears up and runs back behind the waterfall, Jarl following closely behind.
See, disappear behind the water there.
It does appear that you lose sight of him as he runs back underneath the waterfall. You hear the grunting of the hedgehog. It sounds like Jarl's in a fight to kill it.
Well, I'll walk carefully around, not rushing headlong, but making good progress behind and seeing what he's up to.
All right. Heidi, Kroger, what do you
I know
guys
to
do?
stand my ground, otherwise I'm not very stealthy, so I don't want to alert anything. So I'll just stand my ground and wait to run in if I need to.
Then I'm going to go past Kroger because I am quite stealthy, and I will be right off behind, like on the right shoulder side of Alice, or the left shoulder side, whichever is going to give me more of an advantage.
My left side, since if you stay on the other side, you're liable to get sliced.
Sounds good.
So we approach.
Okay. So you guys approach. You see, as you get around to the backside of the waterfall, see that there's a cave back here. And Jarl, he's got the giant hedgehog pinned and is fighting with it. And Heidi, you said you were going with Alas, while Kroger, you're standing your ground out in the front of the waterfall. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm standing outside the waterfall.
Yeah, and I'm right behind Alasalak.
All right. So Heidi, you as you're peering at Jarl, it looks like he's got the giant hedgehog. Looks like he's making ground with him. Kroger, you're scanning the area. Alas, as you're coming up, you just get this weird feeling comes over you as if something isn't right. As you peer up above the waterfall, on the backside of the waterfall above the entrance, you see this large troll hanging onto the side of the cliff, looking like it's getting ready to pounce down on Jarl and get him at this point.
Immediately raise my left fist up in the halt position like this, and we're going to go to ground and get ready to pounce upon the back of the troll as he lands, because he won't be paying attention to us.
All right. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. It does not look like I have a map in this module for this encounter, so we'll just use the combat tracker.
Should I roll initiative or should I wait till I'm actually alerted to the danger?
You can go ahead and roll it for now. We'll plug you in at the right time.
As I'm still probably visible with at least my hand around the side of the water, I could point up toward the cave roof mouth, and so that Kroger can see, Heidi and Kroger can both see what's going on.
Okay. So Kroger, you see Alas making his hand movements, and with that, let's see here. Make this bigger. You see the troll pounces down on top of Jarl and starts clawing into him and biting him. And with that, you see Carl goes down as he lets out a scream of pain, and you see he's got two big furrows dug into his backside. And with that, Alas, it is your turn. You're probably about 25 feet away from the backside of the troll.
Close enough, and he's not paying attention to me, so he'll be flanked, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll give you
So
advantage on that.
yeah, I'll give him a good sharp blow with the axe with the business end.
Okay.
That's Freythul, right?
Correct.
Oh, I didn't do advantage. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll just roll
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Much better.
All right. So you run up as you're You cleave your axe into its backside. It howls in pain as you connect with that blow. Go ahead and roll me some damage, please. Thank you.
And again,
Ooh,
nat 20.
nice.
And so I'm run up at it, right behind it. He's still probably just reacting and turning away.
Correct. Yeah, at this point, the troll, it spins to look you square in the face as you hack it again, connecting into its chest area. Heidi, your turn.
Sorry, I started talking, getting a little exciting here. So I'm about 25 feet away also.
Correct.
Yeah, you're not restrained anymore, by the way.
Let me get rid of that.
Unless you tend to roll that way.
Hopefully not. So I'm gonna start whipping my lasso, and I just want to get it around him at this point. And if I can get his arms pinned, great. But let's see if I can at least lasso him first.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check on that. All right, so you throw out your lasso, and it gets around its left arm, and it takes one of the claws and kind of just throws it off. Um, looks like you were unsuccessful in securing that lasso over the troll. Did you move up a little bit too, Heidi?
I'm sorry, I keep talking without pressing the mute now. Yeah, I'm moving up closer and pulling the slack up for the lasso so I can try it again as I'm closer.
Okay. About how far up did you want to get, or how close to the troll?
I think I want to get where he's not immediately within arm's reach of me, but still closer, but not that close.
All right, so like 10, 15 feet away.
Let's go with 15 because it will have to move to come at me. And I'm assuming it won't, but that's the precaution I want to take. I'm assuming that does shorten the distance a little bit anyway.
Okay, very well. All right, Kroger, what would you like to do, sir? You're probably to get to where the troll is probably about 40 feet away.
Okay. I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon and summon my Force Hammer.
Okay.
How do I do that?
So under the actions tab on your character sheet on the right hand side, you should have your spells. And then for spiritual weapon, when you get down to it, there's a little magnifying glass next to it. So if you make an attack with that spiritual weapon, you could just hit that attack button to use it to attack.
Okay, and its range is 60 feet, so I can have it summon right next to the troll, and that's a bonus action to do that and attack. Do I still get my move action and a regular action, or is it just a move action now?
You'll get a move action and a regular action. So yeah.
Okay.
So you summon the spiritual hammer that strikes out at the troll, and the troll dodges it as he sees it coming.
Okay, then I just move my regular speed at 25 so I can get in the room but not next to him. And I can't cast another spell as an action, so I'm just going to hold off and then just wait for the next round.
Okay, so you move up and you're right there next to Heidi. She's about 15
Perfect.
feet away as well. All right, and with that, the giant hedgehog, seeing that Jarl's down, it's going to run up and it is going to try and bite at the leg of Alas. It looks like it tries to bite out, misses, snaps, bites into a piece of log that's there at the base of the cave, and then it comes in with a claw attack as well, and that misses. And with that, the troll reacts as it turns its attention upon Alas, who's carved huge chunks out of him. As it unfurls a couple claws and tries to bite at Alas, nothing taking purchase. And you see its wounds readily start to heal back. Alas, it is your turn.
Now I'm pissed off. I'm raging.
All right.
And I'm going after him. Swing and a miss. And the same swing and a miss. How about that? So I'm just going to switch.
Yep. Turning the blows, not making any purchase. Heidi, you're up.
Repeated the same thing. Going to try to lasso this sucker.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. So you get your lasso and wraps around its right arm. You sink it tight. The loop is secured around its right arm, and it's still kind of pulling and tugging at you.
Sure. Is there? So I'm. The next thing I'm going to do is start opposing it. I know I don't have anything in terms of mass advantage, but I'm also looking for something that I can secure the rope to, so we'll keep him kind of test.
Okay. So you quickly peer about looking to secure the rope to something. You see that there is a uh, young um, oak tree that is probably about 8 feet away from you, uh, out towards the edge of the pond. Looks like that's the closest thing that you could secure it to outside of securing it to something like a lath.
And how far away is that?
The young oak, about 8 feet.
Okay, I'm headed towards the young oak, and I whip out my little ball of wax.
Okay. All right, so you hit over there, making it to the tree, and with one hand you got the rope, and the other hand you fumble through your pack and pull out your wax.
Awesome.
All right, Kroger, what are you up to?
Okay, I attack with my spiritual hammer first, and then I am going to be casting a spell.
Okay. So your spiritual hammer strikes out at the troll, and it ducks underneath the blow again. And what other spell are you going to attempt to cast?
Sorry, that was damage first. I'm casting Guiding Bolt.
Okay, so the guiding bolt streaks out. It does hit it, and it takes some damage. And there should also be an effect associated with guiding bolts to give you
Yes, it
advantage.
gives advantage to the next person who attacks it.
Yeah, so just double click where the box that says grant ADV attack roll. Go ahead and click that and it'll apply. There you go. All right. And are you still staying where you're at, or did you want to move?
No, I'm going to stand my ground here.
Okay. All right. And with that, it's the giant hedgehog's turn. And it tries to attack Alas. Missing as it claws and tries to bite at Alas to no effect. Bringing it back to the troll's turn. Let's see here. And you see that the troll, it looks like it goes into a blind rage as it attacks Alas, trying to strike out and bite, which it does bite you, biting you in the neck for 6 points of damage. And then it follows up with a couple claw attacks. First one missed. And the second claw did hit, dealing some more damage. Alright, Alas, it is your turn.
My turn now. Okay. That'll do it.
Oh yeah.
And then some more.
Ouch, nice hit.
And that's a swing and a miss. If I had a reaction, I'd give the hedgehog the business end of my boot, but I don't think I do.
Nope, I don't think so. Alright, Heidi, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try to temporarily secure this rope to the oak tree, like tying it off, but in a knot that I could untie rather quickly. And then, depending on how much of an action I have left, I start rubbing the wax on the back side of the oak tree trunk. Effectively, I'm wanting to create a simple machine, like a one pulley simple machine, where I can then get some help pulling the rope onto that waxed spot, and we can eventually pull the troll closer to the tree and see if we can't bind him even more.
Very, very good plan there. All right. So you secure the rope to the tree. Unless you're trying to pull all the slack out, it should be easy enough to do that.
No, I want to leave the slack. I mean, just so he's at least going to be confined to some degree while I'm working on the longer term plan.
Okay. And then you start going to work applying the to the wax to the tree. Okay. All right. That brings us over to Kroger.
Okay, so again with the spiritual hammer on the troll, and then after that, I am going to cast protection from evil and good on Alas. I think that grants disadvantage on attacks to him. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry. What were you casting?
I was going to do protection from evil and good, but that's actually not going to help. So let me attack with the spiritual hammer first.
Okay. All right. This time it connects. She whack it upside the backside of its head. It screams out, roars in Alas's face, spittle shooting out of its mouth.
And then I go ahead and, as my other action, I will bless the party.
Okay.
Did that work right?
Hold on. I had to basically I have to untarget the troll, and then we'll need to target the party members to put that on, right? Okay, so I took that off the troll. All right, so last fighting. Okay, so now go ahead and apply that effect. All right, there we go. Okay, so you cast Bless.
That actually affects all three of us.
Correct. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think that's it. I'm trying to. I want to help with the badger, but I will be able to do that next round.
You know what? Actually, so are you still wanting to cast Bless? If by casting Bless, since it's a concentration slot as well, you'll lose your spiritual hammer.
I didn't think spiritual hammer was concentration. I thought it was just. It's just a minute long, not concentration.
Hmm. Oh, you are right. Okay. All right. So you bless the rest of the party. Okay. Anything else then?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty. So the giant hedgehog, he tries to tear at Alas's leg again. Missed with its bite. And it claws out, barely missing you. Alright, and then the troll. It takes its anger out on Alas again. And that is going to hit. Ooh, nasty bite on your left shoulder. And then it comes in for a couple more claw attacks. Ouch. One critical hit and one miss. Alright, that brings us to Alas. Your turn.
I'm really mad.
I imagine. Wow, that hit pretty hard.
And again,
Please don't make me angry.
You don't like it when I'm angry.
As you see Alas just tear huge chunks out of this troll. Heidi, you're up.
Alas, you see what I'm doing over here? I'm going to need your help if you are willing. We're going to try to secure, and I'm going to fasten a lasso again or something, but we're going to pull this sucker in tighter to the tree if you're up for
Okay, I have to disengage and give him an AOA on me, uh, and uh, or I'll just take him off at the knees.
it. So while I'm waiting, I guess for that to see what happens, I'm going to continue using all of my wax as much as I can in this turn, and then if I see Alas coming to help me, I'll wait till he gets close to the tree and then loosen them.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta find out if I'm tactically capable of getting there without provoking an up attack or something.
Understood. Maybe next round. I don't know.
Right. It's up to the DM. I mean,
Yeah.
to tell me if I can do this tactically.
Do you want me to come help pull the rope? Because he's already engaged.
Um, yeah, if you can. I thought you had a concentration going on with a bless, so I'm not exactly sure how fifth edition handles all of this.
Yeah, I can still do things. I can only concentrate on one concentration spell at a time, but I can still act, attack, aid, and all that other stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, help me out if you can.
And Alas is from where the tree's at. Alas is a better part of about 20 feet away from where that tree is.
Right. So I have to provoke an op attack just to get there and do anything with you.
Yep.
Okay, so I will keep doing the wax. Once Krogar comes, I'll say let's tighten up this slack, make him at least a little bit less lethal than what he is right now, and see where this goes.
And I'm just worried that Alas is getting really hurt bad. I wanted to get up to him and do a cure wounds and then head over to you.
Works
Nah,
for me.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, Kroger, what would you like to do then?
I will spiritual hammer on the troll, and since Alas said he's good, I'm going to then take my move in action to go help out Hyde.
Okay. So, one of you, but either you or Heidi, can make a athletics check at advantage, since one of you is aiding the other.
I've got a yeah. I don't have any advantages for acrobatics.
It would be athletics.
Oh, athletics. Yeah.
Did my hammer hit?
Your hammer does hit. All right, it smacks the troll. Hear cracking of some bones.
Nice.
You want me to roll the athletics?
Yeah, since it's strength based, I mean my strength's only 10.
Okay. So, Kroger. Okay, you got it. All right. So you guys start hauling on the rope, pulling out the slack. Let's see here. And as you're pulling on the slack, the troll sees it and feels it, and it just raises up its arm, and it pulls both of you back. You guys are struggling, trying to secure that rope and pull it. That troll has a massive amount of strength behind it.
That's not good.
No, but I'm just thinking between us and what Alas Lack can do, maybe I know it's going to regenerate, but diminishing returns eventually will make some headway.
I think we need to just pummel this thing to unconsciousness. Maybe put the oil on our weapons and ignite them to help.
All right. And about that time, uh, you see the troll. It snarls out, looks down at the giant hedgehog, and you see at that point the hedgehog. It breaks rank with Alas. So, Alas, if you'd like to take an opportunity attack on Hedgie, you can. As you see, it starts to barrel towards Kroger.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Crack. All right,
Bit more than a paper cut.
yeah, you slice pretty hard into the giant hedgehog. It kind of pauses for a brief second, looks at you, and the troll snarls something, and it continues its way towards Kroger. Gets up to Kroger and makes a couple attacks on Kroger. And with that, it bites into your right leg, Kroger, piercing through, dealing some damage. And it looks like you're still able to maintain your concentration on the spiritual hammer. And with that, the troll, you see its wounds start to heal back up, and it continues its attack into Alas. And it bites into your left shoulder again, taking out a huge chunk. And it comes in with a couple sweeping claw attacks at your chest area. One claw hit. Ooh, so one claw hit. All right, that brings us to Alas. Your turn.
Alas and alack. Let's see about the second time. Much better. Boom. How's that for a... And with that, I'm going to step 5 feet closer to the rope, still within, not disengaging yet.
Okay, trying to lead the troll closer to the tree then.
So that they can take up the slack, play him like a marlin.
Gotcha. Good idea. All right, Heidi, you're up.
Yeah, I'm take what slack there is between me and Alas now and tighten it off. Maintaining that, and then I am going to pull out a flask of oil.
Okay. So you take up the slack, fumble through your pack, bringing out a flask of oil.
Correct, a flask of oil, and I'm going to throw it onto the troll first chance I have.
Okay. Next turn, you'll be able to throw it on him. All right, Kroger.
Okay, I'm going to use my spiritual weapon on the troll, and then I'm going to swing with my warhammer down on this badger.
Okay. Alright, missed the troll. And then you swing down using your warhammer on the giant hedgehog, hitting him. And with that, the hedgehog goes limp as you hit it. You hear some bones crunching, and it just drops to the ground. Alright. Upon seeing the giant hedgehog be taken out, you see the troll. It just snarls and lets out a long howl, and it just continues into its frenzy upon Alas. And it bites again. This time it bites into your ear and rips a small chunk out of your ear. And then it comes in with a couple claw attacks at your arms. One claw attack hit. And the other, both claws hit. Alright, Alasalak. You're up.
My 2 tries.
Nice hit. Ooh, very nice damage.
Oh, he's pretty big and easy to hit. For that much. And I'll take another 5 feet. Still engaged, but closer in so they could keep playing the slack.
Okay. So you're about 30 feet away from the tree now.
Okay, I'm going to get the wine or the oil sack in a position where once it hits, hopefully it will start splattering oil on it. And that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Just go ahead and make an attack roll. Just use your short bow attack to try and launch that oil on them. So on the actions tab of your character sheet, just double click the D20 icon next to the short bow. Yeah, just double click the button in the middle there of that line. The one that has the D20 plus 1. Just use that to make the attack.
Where's that at? What tab?
Okay, so that'll be the actions tab of your character sheet. And then just go to where next to the short bow, there should be a black D20. There you go. Alright, so you lob out the oil, and it hits the troll. You see oil just oozing down from it at this point.
Do I have any action left?
You can move, or you could do a bonus action.
Bonus action is I'm going to ready a torch.
Okay, so you strike up a torch. Okay. All right, Kroger, you're up.
How damaged is the last?
He looks bloodied at this point.
Okay, I can attack with my spiritual hammer, but then I'm looking at my channel divinity, preserve life. How do I do that? Do I just double click on the 5? I think it's supposed to be doing like 5 times my level or something.
Let's see. As an action, you evoke healing energy, restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. So yeah, let me adjust that real quick. So 5 times 8 is 40. Okay, so it should be 40. So
Yeah, that's about right.
Sorry, that was the spiritual hammer for the troll. I'm sorry.
all right, so the hammer reaches out, and the troll, it just backhands the weapon, and you're not able to land an effective blow with it this time.
Okay, and then I'll use channel divinity on Alas.
Okay, so just double click the where it says heal. There you go. And with that, you see most of Alas's wounds visibly just heal as a radiant energy discharges from your holy symbol and hits Alas.
Yeah, that feels so good.
And the troll, seeing your wounds visibly heal, it just sends it into another frenzy as it continues its attack upon you, Alas. As it goes to try and bite, this time your right hand, and hits. Ooh, bit pretty good. It comes in with a couple claw attacks. So it looks like one claw hit as it claws into your right side of your chest there. All right, Alas, it is your turn.
Okay, as I take another step towards the tree, I'm just gonna keep hitting on this guy. Bang, bang, bang.
Okay. All right, you score an axe attack into its left leg, followed up by one right into its right side, dealing some more damage. All right, Heidi, you are up.
Yep, I'm gonna light my torch and throw it at it like a tomahawk.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Same thing, short bow.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. All right, so you toss the torch and it goes hurling through the air and lands right behind Alas, clearly missing the troll.
Doggone it. I start fashioning another lasso at the other end of the rope.
Okay. All right, Kroger, you're up.
How far is the troll from me now?
The troll, I think it's about 30 feet away at this point, as Alas continues coming towards you guys.
Okay, I am going to use the spiritual weapon, then I'm going to start moving towards that burning torch.
Okay. So your spiritual hammer strikes the troll in the chest, It
And
howls.
I'll make a double move.
What do you mean a double move?
I'll move and then I'll take my action to move a little bit further to grab the torch because
Oh,
I can only
okay.
move 25 feet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so you move up, and you get within reach of the torch. You can move up and pick it up this turn. All right. The troll, seeing the torch there, and seeing that you're right there behind Alas, it tries to bite at Alas one more time. Ooh, scores a critical hit. Ouch. So it claws into your right bicep and just tears a chunk of flesh off there. Comes in with another claw attack. Hitting you. And with its other claw, it tries to do a reaching claw attack to try and see if it could get out towards Kroger. Not enough, so it just rakes its claw towards the backside of Alas. And hits. All right, bringing us back to Alas.
My go this time. Another step, hopefully another 5 feet worth. And here I go. And that one's a miss.
Yep. All right, Heidi, it is your turn. As you fashioned another lasso.
Yeah. So the troll, he's kind of animated, correct?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to try to lasso again. Do the same thing. I would ideally love to get this over both of its arms. So I'm gonna. That's the approach.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check. All right, you throw the other lasso out. It sails ahead and it lands on top of the hand, but it does not uh, net over its left arm.
I'm sorry. I said I swear I used to have a higher dexterity, but it doesn't seem like that.
Gotcha. Oh, that is strange. Yeah, your dexterity is only 5. Let me scroll back up.
Yeah, I thought it used to be 20.
That sounds about right. Damn it. All right. Try a dexterity check again. There we go. All right. So yeah, you throw the lasso out, try and ensnare the left hand of the troll, and you're not able to secure a good enough hold on it this time.
Okay, pull it back like I did the first.
Okay. Kroger, you're up.
Spiritual Hammer first.
Okay. That hits.
And then should I just use my hand axe for the torch to try and hit it with the fire?
Sure, that works. All right, that hit. We'll go ahead and just roll a d6 on the chat window for damage on it. Or actually, the hand axe is a d6. Oh, yeah.
How do I roll a d6 in the chat window?
So you could either right click on the d6, the die down below, and drag and drop that in the chat window. There you go. All right. You deal 6 points of fire damage to it. As it howls in anger, turns its hatred in its eyes as it looks at you. All right. And with that, it turns its attention upon Kroger.
I knew that was coming.
As it comes in, trying to take a bite. It takes a bite out of your right arm. And you're still able to maintain concentration with that. And then it comes in with 2 claw attacks. Both hit.
Oh, that was quick.
And so yeah, it really racks at you, but through sheer determination and your dwarven heritage, you're able to still maintain concentration on that spell. All right, Alasalak, you're up.
Is he flanked now?
So the two of you are both in front of it, but it is
Okay, we're both in this grill. All right, so I'll just throw my thing at him.
okay.
I'm sorry, wrong thing. It was meant to be the great axe, but it looks like it's still hit.
Yeah, we'll count it as a hit. All right.
And another swing and a miss. Walking in more slack.
Okay. All right, Heidi. So you pull back your lasso, got it ready again.
Yeah, let's try this once more.
Okay. Okay. Looks like you're successful as you throw it out there and you snag its left arm at this point.
Woohoo! So, yeah, I'm going to try to tighten up this noose and start taking the slack out of that. So maybe he'll be more restrained.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
One more time, how do I do this?
Okay, so on your character sheet on the right hand side, go ahead and click the tab that shows skills, and then find athletics and double click the little white box with the D20 next to it that says athletics, and it should roll for you.
Okay, I was clicking on the D20, so I got to click on that box.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. All right. So you're able to secure the left loop around its left arm, and you try and start hauling in the slack, and that troll is all over the place swinging, and the brute strength, you're not able to pull it back enough to get it restrained at this point, but you do have the left and the right hand. There's a loop around both of them. If you could just get enough leverage, you could get them pinned.
Use a little bit of help, guys. At least if you
Next
get a
time
chance.
around.
All right, Kroger, you're up.
Can I use the channel divinity on myself?
Sure.
I will do that first, and then the spiritual hammer, and then I'll move.
Okay. All right. All your wounds visibly disappear as you channel that divinity upon yourself. And the spiritual hammer strikes out, smacking the troll in the head.
I will move towards Heidi, so it's probably going to get an attack of opportunity on me.
Okay, it will take that. Let's see here. As it swings out its claw as you back up, and it carves a groove into your chest there. And with that, you see your spiritual hammer fade out of existence as it dissipates.
Actually, it's not spiritual hammer; it's the bless that goes away.
Oh, yes, it is. Wow. Okay. And then it's the troll's turn. As it turns its attention upon Alas. Tries to bite into you, and it bites again. And a couple claws. Ooh, Alas is looking pretty bloodied again at this point. Alright, Alas, your turn.
Alright, I'm going to drop the axe. I'm going to grab the lassos and haul on them with all of my will and energy.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an athletics check, and your rage should give you advantage on that. All right. So with that, you drop the axe, grab a hold of the lassos, and just haul on it. And I guess you probably taking it back to the tree, where the rest of the guys are tightening the slack as you pull it up. It is essentially grappled at this point.
Right, just like in the tavern, we're going to haul them up feet first and hang them from the tree, and so we can get them really tied up, put the manacles on them, and all that good stuff.
Okay. So, yep, at this point, Heidi, Alas pulls the troll. It's got it grappled as he pulls it all the way to the tree there.
So how bound is he? I know he's grappled, but what's the? I'm looking to see if this is foolproof using my. That's what I'm doing right.
So you and Kroger, I imagine, are probably securing the rope as the last basically keeps the troll grappled.
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
All right, so it looks like it's working. Um, Basically, at this point, the troll is grappled. It's snarling out. It keeps lashing out with its bite, trying to bite at you guys, but its claws are. Basically, he's restrained as well. He's not able to claw out. Alas, his strength has overcome that of the troll.
I got him in a bear hug, half Nelson combination here.
Awesome. So I'm going to head back to our mule and start getting the traps and whatnot, restraints.
Okay, so you head back,
Yep.
getting the traps and the manacles and whatnot.
If
Get some
there's
Muay Thai on him.
a large rock or a small boulder, I could actually shape that into a restraint around him.
Okay, yeah, there's a couple large boulders there at the base of the waterfall that you could use.
This way we can either wrap it around his arms or his legs. I know you wanted to drag him, so maybe, get that done.
Well, I figure I've got him in a good bear hug, Muay Thai style. And so I could just kind of lift him up and, walk him over and plant his feet on top of whatever rock. I think I know what you're planning on doing. You're going to soften the rock and then we just kind of melt his feet into it, some kind of a thing.
Yeah, I was thinking like stone manacles, something stronger than the rope and everything around his feet, and then we could drag him from that. I'll help you carry him too.
So kind of like
Oh,
concrete shoes.
and we got iron manacles that we got from the smith before we left town.
Yep.
Everything we could throw at this thing is going to be the best.
Agreed. That sounds like a great thing. My only concern, and this might be from being a devious game master, is not that this wouldn't work, but I just want to make sure we're going to be able to tow him. We didn't get anything like a sled or runners or anything, did we? I mean, we're going to be putting this all on a mule.
Just put him on a sledge.
Mm-hmm.
We can make something.
Okay.
We could skin that giant badger and use its pelt as to lay him on and pull on that.
Smart.
Right. Let's take a look at our friend Jarl, by the way. See how he's doing.
Yeah, I can cast Spirit of
As
Dawn.
I drop my rage.
All right. So you head over and you look at Jarl. He is not breathing. It looks like he has succumbed to his wounds during that combat.
I'll say a small prayer.
I'm going to seek out a bard at some point in time. Have a song written for him.
Unless you guys want me to resurrect him or revivify him.
That's like 1,000 gold worth of diamonds you have to use on it, right?
Yeah, 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds. I don't know if we have that.
No, I have no shiny rocks. We can just take the body with us and, have old Bessie carry him as well. She's not going to be happy, but she's pulling a sledge, not two people riding. So we'll get a couple of pine saplings and fashion a sling out of, the badger pelt, and and start heading back into town with our. Oh, and securing it so it can't bite at its ropes or anything like that.
Okay. So you guys take some time cutting down some saplings, skinning the giant badgers, uh, and making a sled. You secure the troll in such a way that you're pretty confident it's not going to escape as you make your way back to town.
I did cast Stone Shape on him, so I spent that slot.
Okay. All right. What have we got here? All right.
Of course, now our mule is really unhappy because she's pulling a troll, a boulder, and the body of Jarl all at once.
I figured we could help. And we could leave Jarl. We could say a prayer and let him go back to the elements where he came from.
Yeah, I think we leave Jarl.
Yeah,
Or
that kind of works with my alignment.
let's not just leave him. I mean, we're going to go back towards where we found him. I'd say let's at least take him that far, and then we'll have some respects.
Okay. So you guys are going to take them back towards those elven ruins where you had met them at first.
Where something evil was floating around in there too.
Yeah, on second thought.
No, why don't we just keep him by the waterfall? Maybe take an hour or so to dig a shallow grave, throw him in, and I'll say a prayer.
I second that.
And with that torch, while they're digging, I'm going to make sure I burn the wounds on the troll so it doesn't heal them.
Ah, good idea. Okay. All right. So you guys take a short rest as you go about digging the grave for Jarl, and also take care to keep the troll his wounds from regenerating. And at that point, you guys start making your way back to town. All right. So you spend a week's traveling back the way you came. You notice as you're traveling, the winter storms are starting to get closer and closer. About a day's out from the town, you see it starts snowing pretty heavily at this point. But eventually you make it back to the guards. And as you approach the gate, they see the troll bound up. Their eyes widen. Like, wow, you guys did it. Minder's going to be happy. And they wave you through the gates. And you eventually make your way up the paved walkway up towards the keep up above. And you find Minder in his study there. They let you through. And you see he's studying some papers and whatnot. And he doesn't even look up. He's all, yes?
We toss the body of the troll right there on the floor, right in front of him.
And with that, he looks up and his eyes go wide. A big old smile comes over, and he jumps up. Oh boy, you did it! And he hurries over to inspect the troll. And the troll's eyeballing and kind of trying to snap at him, but it's bound. And it's like, oh, and it's a feisty one. Well, uh, you guys did well. Just a moment. I do believe I owe you some gold. He goes, 1 second though. Let's just make sure he's not going to do anything. And he whips out a wand, points it at the troll, says some arcane gestures, and you see this magical energy shoot out at the troll, and you see it shrinks down into a small rodent that he then grabs and drops in her bag. Um, he then goes over to a chest, digs around, and pulls out a pretty hefty bag, pretty heavy, that he has to use both hands as he brings it over, sets it on the table. Says, I believe we agreed on 2,000 gold pieces.
That we did.
Very
That's
well.
a lot of ale.
Good ale, too, I might add.
Yeah, none of that piss water in a bucket that they serve down there in that swill house.
Is that the only drinking establishment we have around here? And I'm asking the mayor.
The captain, he should know. He's a soldier.
So Master Minder, after hearing that question, he shakes his head. He goes, no, just that one. And yeah, everyone always complains. All they serve is cheap ale. But who knows? Maybe they'll have some better stuff in the back or something.
Yeah, you don't have anything stashed away, do you, Minder?
Well, I don't have any ale. I have a couple bottles of some wine. It's a couple
I
bottles.
don't know about fruit juice.
That's some pretty good stuff, supposedly. It's from down south from Bardsgate. I'll throw in a couple bottles for you. You guys did such a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I may
That'll work
use
for
that
now.
to disinfect some of my cuts.
Oh boy. Some people just don't know what good wine is.
You know, carve me some Corona-shaped tattoos on my back or something. How about that?
I wouldn't want to use that ale to clean any woods. Let's put it that way.
No, that looks like something that came out of a horse.
And eventually, the captain, Jeremy, he finds you guys, and he comes in. He's all, "You did it, I hear."
Indeed, we did. Did you have any doubt?
I had a good feeling about you guys, but I'll be honest. We've seen a lot of adventures come and never return, so there were some doubts. But I'm glad my gut was right about you guys.
Well, I'm glad you're glad, Cap. Uh, if it's all the same to you, I'd like you and me as a soldier to let's go and find something a little bit better to wash down the dust off our throats, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. He's all, actually, I have something at the barracks. I'll head over there and I'll grab it. I have a small little cask of some mead imported from down south. I think it'll serve our needs a little better than the cheap stuff in town.
Yeah, that's a little bit more like talking about it. You betcha.
Guys, we got to come up with a name for our little merry band here.
I was thinking the same thing.
We can always up the bar, but I'm going to just throw out there the troll trash and trio for now.
That sounds like something the bards would cook up. I gotta think of something better than that.
Like I said, that's a starter.
How about the dish rags?
The dish rags. Explain that one.
Well, I feel all wrung out.
That doesn't sound too pretty to me.
Fits me to a T, that even. Let's see. How about uh the pokers?
It's got some possibility. Some possibility.
Or the marlin's pike? Since we kind of reeled that guy in like a fish anyway.
Troll on a rope. The Marlin's pipe will give you a troll on a rope.
There you go.
We can always keep thinking on it. Maybe we'll get a little something will sound good after I got a nice belly full of ale or whatever it is the captain's bring.
Need me some mead.
And a couple minutes later, the captain he arrives back with the small little keg of mead. It says he looks over at Iggy there and goes over and grabs a couple mugs. Don't mind us. We're drinking the good stuff. Iggy just kind of gives him a soured look, and the captain comes over, gives you all a mug, and starts filling the mugs with the mead there.
How about the rats? We're just the rats.
The troll rats.
Well, I don't want to limit myself to trolls. I think one was more than sufficient.
The rat catchers?
The rat bastards.
Yeah, I like that one.
I do too. I think we have a name, gentlemen.
So, bend the wrist for the rat bastards.
A toast.
To the rat bastards.
Cheers.
Ink's aus.
Zasrovia.
The captain says, well, hopefully you guys will stick around and we'll have some further adventures in the future.
What else does this town need cleaned up around here?
There's all sorts of stuff out in the wilderness. And ruins and whatnot. I'm sure there's adventure to be had.
Yeah, well, we'll stick around for a while.
Sounds good to me. Iggy, I do have an appetite. You still got any of that chicken and potatoes?
Yeah, we got some roasted chicken. We ran out of the turnips though, but we got some chicken and some mashed potatoes. We got some beets though, if that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a plate of it.
All
Can't
right.
be as bad as that ale.
I don't know. I'm starting to get offended. You don't like this L. Guess I better start ordering some better stuff. And he brings you over a plate.
I give it a sniff and look at my fellow rat bastards and take a big old bite of the chicken.
All right. You take a bite out of it. It definitely beats the dry rations you guys have been eating on the trail the last couple days. It's fresh, it's hot, lightly seasoned.
This hits the spot, Iggy.
Oh, good. I'm glad I can provide at least a good meal for you guys. All right. So with that, looks like we're almost up against the end of our time slot. So it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of time to go very much further in this adventure. So I think we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, I have a game at noon. But this was a lot of fun.
Cool. Glad you enjoyed it.
In
Yeah.
fact, I think I'm in your game tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. also.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Yeah, it was a blast. So, without giving anything away, how much more is there to this adventure module?
So you got roughly about halfway through it.
Okay, so this is something you could plop down into any campaign then.
Yes. It takes place in the Frog God's world of Lost Lands, but you can put it in any campaign setting that you want. And it's got a couple, parts to this adventure. The next game I'm running here in a little over an hour is actually the second part to it. So the first part is Menace and Ravenreach. The second module that takes place right after is Mystery at Ravenrock.
Yeah, that rings a bell from what I was looking at events. I think this was, you only had a couple, Keith, that hadn't been fully booked. And I think I do remember seeing, I thought it might have been a sequel.
Yep. So, yep, both of them you can get, if you're interested, you can get the PDF at Frog God Games. And we might have some actual soft booklets around. We had ran it on Indiegogo for a little bit, so.
Cool, I really enjoyed it.
Cool, glad you enjoyed it. And I believe we have it in 5e and Swords and Wizardry as well. Oh. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. I had a lot of fun running it for you guys, and hopefully we'll run into you again in the future.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See you guys.
See you,
Nice
Steve.
playing with you.